Alright, this is an explanation video on how to replace your front axle seal driver side on a 2006 Chevy Silverado 1500 C71. So, first things first, you do not have to remove this tire. You do not have to remove that link pin, and you do not have to undo your ball joints. The easiest way to do this is lift your truck, just get your jack somewhere over there in your chassis, pick it up, put your jack stand, make sure it's all good, ready to go. Once you do that, then what you're going to want to do is you want to take a 15mm socket and remove your bolts for your skid plate. You remove the two front and remove the one on the passenger side on the rear, and then your driver's side rear one, you just loosen it up and leave it there, and slide your skid plate away from you. You don't have to take it off. Makes everything a lot easier. Once you do that, then take you a same bolt, the same sorry about that. I'm in my garage. Lighting conditions are not very good, so you guys bear with me. You take you, where am I? You take you that same 15mm and you pull off your fuel plug. Then you take a 13mm and you remove your drain plug. Make sure you have a drain pan. Once that's done, then you come in here and you remove these bolts, your flange bolts. There's 5 or 6 of them in there. Take them all out, and all you do is pull back on the flange and pull it down, and then stop. Get up from underneath your truck, go get a pry bar, a hammer, go around the other side, and then you're gonna take that pry bar. You're not gonna pry it in here because everybody thinks that, okay, I'll just pry it in between the differential and the flange. No, you don't do that. Take your pry bar, stick it right here, and then you take your this is why you want your skid plate out of here, so that you have an you have an area to work with. Put it there and then hit it with your hammer. Mine took 4 times. If at the 4th time that I smacked it, it popped out. Once this popped out of there, then you take a seal puller, not a screwdriver. You can use a screwdriver if you want to, but I have a seal puller. Pull your seal, clean it up in there, check your bearings, make sure they're good. Once you do that, then go ahead and take your new seal. People like to use RTV, or they like to use something, either RTV to seal it or something to help it slide in there. You don't have to do none of that. Just take your seal, put it up there, get a socket big enough to cover the whole entire seal. Take a hammer and gently tap it in there until it all gets started evenly. Then work it in. You don't have to, it's got to be flush. You don't want there to be a lip or anything like that when you get it in there. Just flush up against this section here. So once you do that, take a little bit of gear oil that you just removed from the differential, put on the inside of your seal. Take your flange, stick it back in there. You'll hear where it locks. If you're pushing on it, it doesn't want to lock, take a hammer, smack it a couple times. You'll hear it, you'll feel it when it locks in into that C-clip. Once that's done, put your bolt, take your this other end of the axle, bring it back up, line it up, line up your bolt holes, put on your bolts, hand tighten them as much as you can, tighten them up, snug them up. Then you take a torque wrench if you got one, and I went with 58 foot-pounds. You can go with whatever you want to go. I looked up online and that's what I found. I found 58 foot-pounds. If you guys want to go with that, that's fine. If you want to go with less or more, that's up to you, your truck, your job. But that's what I went with. Once that's done, then in my case, I did the driver's side and the passenger side front axle seals. So, but in your case, if this is it right here and you're done, put your drain plug back on, fill up your axle with some gear oil. I went with the 75/90 synthetic Valvoline. It's what my store, it's what my Napa down the street had, and fill it all the way up and up to spec, and put your fill plug back on, put your skid plate back on, all the bolts and everything. Lift your jack, take your jack stand out, put your truck down, take it for a test drive, make sure that it's not leaking, and you're good to go. And I'll show you guys the method that I use for putting that seal back on there. I was talking about taking a socket. So this is the socket that I used. Just 1" and 11/16 socket. It's perfect size. If you guys haven't already done so, check out my other video where I talk about why you should buy the dealer seal and why you shouldn't go buy another one of these seals. These are the seals that came with my truck. This is the reason why I had to go and get another seal. Good seal, bad seal. Dealer, Napa, O'Reilly's, whatever. That's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions, just message me. I'll try to get back with you guys. I will be doing another video to explain how to replace the passenger side axle seal, which that one was a little bit more complicated. Not that much more, but a little bit more time consuming. But if you're somewhat mechanically inclined, you can do it, save yourself a couple bucks from having to take it to the dealer, local mechanic shop, whatever. But yep, that's it.